And right now at 3, the search for Nancy Guthrie continues, now in its 12th day with no person of interest and no suspects. Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for joining us. I'm Annabelle Sedano.
And I'm Kathy Vara. Right now, the Pima County Sheriff's Department is asking for all video footage of cars, vehicle traffic, people, pedestrians, anything that neighbors deem out of the ordinary or important from January 1st to February 2nd. Gloves found at Guthrie's house were sent out for testing this afternoon, and a tent was put up outside her home and then later taken down. Meanwhile, Savannah Guthrie posted new video of her mother on Instagram as officials continue to state there are no current suspects in this case.
Leonard has been tracking the latest developments from day one. He joins us in studio to break down these new details. First of all, thank you so much for joining us.
Now, the Sheriff's Department is asking for that new video. What are they hoping to find? They've been talking to people in that neighborhood for a while now. It's been 12 days.
Right. So there's the obvious, which is they're looking for any video that shows someone who might be involved in all of this, not only for the purposes of trying to track down whether Nancy Guthrie is out there, but to figure out if there was more than one person involved. And it's interesting that they're expanding this out in so many different ways, both in distance physically, geographically from the neighborhood, and then also in time. You know, asking people for a month to look back, weeks of video perhaps, for anything unusual. That's pretty ambiguous. But there could be a couple of other things that they're looking at here. One is they may very well be on the trail of someone they suspect of being involved in this. And another reason they want that video is because they can compare that video to a story, let's say, somebody has told, or they've locked a witness into an account of this, and to look to see if things they see on the video are matching up with what they're telling them, or if perhaps there are things they see on the video that maybe were left out of somebody's story or witness account. So they're looking for a bunch of different things. Clearly, the fact that they've expanded this out so much, I think, suggests that they may have some new indications of specific things they're looking for, because if you're just looking for anything unusual over a multi-week period, that could be an extraordinary haystack, sorry for the metaphor, but looking through this huge haystack of information. If they're asking for that kind of time period, it seems to suggest there's something in there that they know that they want to find, and that's why they're asking for people to help them spot it.
Eric, let's talk about the gloves. I know the Sheriff's Department is going to examine these gloves. What could that lead to? Well,
the first thing is they've got to figure out if these are involved in the disappearance. You know, we had that video about 48 hours ago from the doorbell camera. It shows this person wearing what looks like black gloves as they come up to the camera in the front door, and then these gloves are found somewhere sort of nearby. Detectives have good reason, we're told, to be skeptical of these gloves. I mean, for one thing, they've already searched a lot of these areas where the gloves were now found. So it raises the possibility, were those gloves not there in the moments after the crime, but now are there a week later? They've got to be concerned about that. Secondly, as far as a potential future prosecution goes, they've got to be careful about what they send out for DNA testing. On the one hand, they're trying to identify anybody that might be involved in this. But the other side of that is if they send too many items out for testing that turn out to have nothing to do with the case, they could very well be giving a defense attorney in some future prosecution a lot of ammunition to say, well, look at all this stuff that didn't match the person who's accused in something like this. So they're trying to balance all of these things, and then the overarching concern is that this is a potential rescue mission, and they're in a hurry to find anything that might lead them to discovering where Nancy Guthrie is at this very moment. And so taking all of that into account, the gloves might be a critical clue. They could also be something that doesn't lead anywhere.
What do you make of the tent that they set up today at that same place right outside the front door and then took down?
Clearly, the FBI agents who were under the tent were looking to collect some kind of evidence or conduct some kind of physical investigation at the door. I know we were talking when that video came out that they may be taking measurements of the tiles and the bricks in front of the house to compare that with the person in the video. They could also be looking for something that they noticed on that video, or maybe other videos that haven't been made public. The tent is up because they don't want to give anybody a heads up, especially somebody who might be involved in this, of what specifically they're looking at. We're so far past this event happening, and the house was not under lockdown by law enforcement for so many days that they're clearly not trying to preserve something, but they are trying to keep under wraps the exact investigative steps that may lead to another important clue.
All right, maybe more DNA testing, who knows?
Very possible.